Hi, I'm Roger and welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. Today I have a quick tip on how to adjust your tractor's tire pressures for more pulling power, more even tread wear, and a better ride. But before I get into that, I want to start out with something very basic on how to check your tire pressure if you have fluid in your tires. If you have fluid in your tractor's tires, you need to have your valve stem at the 12 o'clock position. If you have your valve stem down low, when you go to check your air in your tire, you're going to let fluid out and spray fluid all over the place. Next thing is, if your tires have fluid in them, you do not want to use a digital gauge. It will ruin a digital gauge. I really like using a digital gauge for automotive tires. I even use a digital gauge for my front tires. Digital gauges are some of the most accurate gauges out there. This one goes down to half pounds, some even go down to tenths of pounds. So you need to use just a regular old gauge. Get one that is made in America. Don't get a Chinese gauge. A Milton tire pressure gauge is a good brand to have. So the reason I'm doing this video is because my YouTube friend Joe Lesage, I hope I said that right, was asking me how much air should be in the rear tires on his tractor. Be sure to check out his channel up in the cards. He has some great videos. So if you're like Joe and you have an older tractor, you're probably not going to have the owner's manual to it to be able to look and see how much air should be in your tractor tires. Or if you're looking to get more pulling power, you may want to try adjusting your tire pressures. First thing I do is I look at the tire. You can see that this tire is convex. It is higher in the middle than what it is on the sides. Then you can look at it on the ground and see I can stick my pinky underneath the tractor tire. Come on around to the back for another shot. So you can see how much of a contact patch I have there. That's not very much. If the tractor starts to spin, the middle of the tire is going to be doing all the work, which is going to wear the middle of the tire prematurely, and I'm not taking advantage of the full width of the tractor tire. So the first thing I like to do is let some air out of the tire until the tire is fully contacted. Now this is not always possible. Some tires you can let the pressures down very low and you just can't get the whole tire to contact. I never like to go below 10 psi on the tires, because if you go too low you can unseat the bead, and if you have fluid in your tires that will cause you to lose your fluid, and also you could damage your wheel and ruin your tire. Over at the left side of the tractor, you can see that the tread is much flatter. Then when we come around to the side, you can see that there's just a little bit, but I can barely just get the tip of my pinky up under the tread. And then I look at it from the back. You can see I have a much better contact patch, just the very edges aren't touching. So there may be some times when you want to put more air back in your tires. For example, if I had a backhoe for this tractor, a backhoe is a very, very heavy attachment for a tractor. When you put that on, the tires are probably going to squat way down and I'd need more air in my tires. I have a set of 3-point hitch pallet forks. If I was going to be doing some very heavy lifting with the pallet forks, I would want to add more air to the tires. An easy way to tell if you need more air in your tires if you're using your 3-point hitch is when you raise your 3-point hitch and you can feel the back of the tractor actually squat down, you need to put more air in your tires. So now we're up to the front tires, and the same thing pretty much applies as what applied to the rear tires, except if you have a loader, you're not going to want to run too low of a tire pressure. For example, on this tractor, Kubota specs 20 psi for the front tires with the loader. I've noticed even with an appropriate ballast on this tractor, if I pick something heavy up with the loader, and when I turn the wheels, I can see the tire roll underneath the wheel a little bit. I don't like seeing it do that. So I run 30 psi in these front tires when I'm working with the loader. If I take the loader off and I'm just doing 3-point hitch work, then I can drop the tire pressure down like we did with the rear, so I have a flat contact patch. Some other things that can affect your front tire pressure is if you add or take off front weights. If you have a mid-mount mower and you add or remove it. I played around with the tire pressures on the Kubota BX for mowing, and you can actually get a little bit better ride quality out of it. But my tire pressures are going to be different than most people's because I have 250 pounds of weights hanging on the front of the tractor. You can see on these front tires that I'm getting nice even wear, even though I'm running more pressure than what Kubota specs. And I still have a nice flat contact patch. I'm going to let the air back out of this right rear tire because I had it pumped up for the video. I'm going to stick this piece of wood underneath the tire. And now with the tire aired back down, the bark was a tight fit underneath the edge of the tread. If you're ever in doubt about your tire pressures, go back to what your owner's manual specs. I saw pictures on a forum of where a guy adjusted his tire pressures too low on the front of his tractor, and he had a huge knot on the side of his tire, so that tire was ruined. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this.